In this video, we're going to go over some basic pivot tables suitable for your principles or intermediate accounting class. So I have this wonderful database of all sorts of orders by line item, the order date, the due date, the customer, the state, the salesperson, the region, the product, the category. These are book sales to universities, the unit cost of each book, the unit price, the quantity sold, the total cost, total revenue, and profit for each sale. So let's start with some basic pivot tables. Let's take a look at first our sales by region. So I'm going to click any cell within the list. Anybody who tells you to select the list is incorrect. You should click any cell within the list. You should also make sure that your data are arranged with no blank columns and no blank cells. You can use cell widths and you can use indenting or outdenting, but please do not, for visual purposes, add blank columns or blank rows. So I'm going to click any cell within the list, and then I'm going to click Insert, and then Pivot Table. If you click the down arrow, just do From Table or Range, or you can just click the Pivot Table button. So notice it selects the range automatically, and I always choose a new worksheet. If we were working with the orders, products, customers, and salespeople table, we could be working with the data model, but I'm not going to be doing Power Pivot for this example. So we're going to click New Worksheet and then click OK. And as I said, my first one was sales by region. So let's go over these different areas over here. So this filter area is like a different page in a book. So I could show only a particular region, only a particular customer, only a particular book. Let me erase that. If you put something into the columns area, whatever you put there will appear across the top, so row 1 or row 2. So for example, if I had customer name, I'd had a list of all of the customers across the columns. The row area goes down on the left-hand side, so anything that you put in the row area will appear in the left-hand side of your worksheet. So if I had dates or customer names or book names, they would appear in the left-hand column. And then the middle is your Sigma data, which is all for numbers. If you don't put numbers in there, for example, if you put a customer name into the Sigma values area, all it could do is count it. So let's take a quick look at, once again, region and sales. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag region into the row area. And then I'm going to drag total revenue into the Sigma values area. And I have been able to very, very easily summarize my total revenue by region. You can always change the row labels. So here I could just type region instead of row labels. And I can change this title. I can't change it to total revenue. I already have a field called total revenue, but I could change it to something like revenue dash total. And there we have our first pivot table. The next one that I wanted to do was salesperson and profit. So I'm going to go back to my flat file. Once again, click any cell in the list. It doesn't matter which one. Go to my Insert, left-hand side, Pivot Table, and click OK. This time, let's see what happens if we drag salesperson into the columns area and we drag our profit into the sigma values area. So notice that is not a bad report, but it is much more normal to have it in the rows area as opposed to the columns area. If I wanted to have both revenue and profit, all I would have to do is drag revenue into the sigma values area. And if I wanted revenue to be before profit, all I'd have to do is, in the sigma values area, drag revenue above profit. So it's very, very, very easy to calculate your totals with a pivot table. Now the last one that we're going to look at is school, revenue, and profit. So I'm going to go back to my flat file. By the way, you can rename these. So I'm going to rename sheet 1, revenue by region. And I'm going to rename sheet 2 once again by just double-clicking on the name. And I will call that revenue by salesperson. So now I'm going to go back to my flat file, and we're going to do one more simple pivot table before we go into our group by function. So the last one we'll do is school, revenue, and profit. So insert, pivot table, click OK. I'm going to do my customer name, which are my schools, and then show my revenue and my profit for each school. You can sort, so we could sort revenue, smallest to largest, largest to smallest, sort profit, smallest to largest, largest to smallest, or sort the row labels. You can do that by clicking the down arrow here. Sort A to Z, that would be the row labels, sort Z to A, or more sort options. So I can sort ascending, A to Z, by total revenue, or I can sort descending by total profit. Now let's go back to the flat file and take a look at a brand new function called group by. It is a spillable function in Excel, which means that you put the function into one cell and it spills over into multiple cells. So let's try to do our first pivot table, region and sales, using the group by function. So normally I go into the paste function, but the group by has extra benefits if you type it in. So I'm going to click in cell T1 and type equals group by. Then I'm going to open my parentheses. So since I decided to group it by region, my row fields will be my region. So I'm going to click on I1. And since this is a very, very long list, I'm going to do Control, Shift, and down to choose all of column I. Because I'm not copying this formula, that's a nice thing about group by, no relative or absolute cell references are necessary. So I'm going to type a comma. The next one it's going to want is the values. So I decided that I wanted region and sales. So my values are going to be my total revenue. If I wanted region and profit, I would use column R, the profit. If I wanted region and total cost, I'd use column P, but I decided that I wanted to do revenue. So in the values, I'm going to click on cell Q1, Control, Shift, and down, and I've chosen all of column Q. Now I'm going to type a comma. Now you see one of the benefits of typing it in. If you're using the paste function, all you'd get is a box. Now you could choose a function. I could do sum, but I could also do the average by region, or the median or percent of by region. For this one, I'll do sum, and for the next one, I'll do percent of. So I'm just going to double-click sum for the function. Now I'm going to type another comma, and this is what I really wanted to show you. So now the next field is whether there are field headers. So if I click no, since I chose row 1, it will have row 1 as my first row of data. So I'll actually show a total for region, which I don't want. I have a yes and don't show. I have a no but generate, and I have a yes and show. Since I did choose, as I scroll up and show you, since I chose row 1, which has the titles, I'm going to choose number 3, yes and show. So I'm going to double click on yes and show. Now I'm going to close up this formula, and I'm going to hit enter. And now I have the same thing as my pivot table, my region, and my total revenue by region. If you want, you can put the commas in here, so I can select number, 2 decimals, use the thousand separator. So now I have my total revenue by region, and notice that this is a group by. The only formula is in cell T1. Notice all the other cells are blank because there's no formula there. The only formula is in cell T1, and it spills over into the other ranges. Now, let's try another group by with a percent of. So I'm going to click down here, and I'm going to type in equals group by, open the parentheses. This time I'll do salesperson, but percent of profit. So in my row fields, that's what I want to aggregate by. I'll choose salesperson. So H1, Control Shift down, all the way to H2156, type a comma. The next field that you can't see because it's off to the right over here on my other screen is the values. So I'm going to scroll up. For my next one, for the values, I'm choosing profit this time. So column R, R1, Control Shift down, and type a comma. This time, as I said, I wanted percent of. So I'm going to double click percent of, type a comma. And once again, because I chose row 1, I have my headers included. So I'm going to choose a yes and show, close up my group by, and hit enter. And now I have a list of percent of profit by salesperson. So I can select this range of all my percentages they're showing as decimals, hit my percent style button in the home tab, and increase it 1 or 2. And now, once again, I've generated a list of each salesperson and their percent of profit. And once again, notice the only formula is in cell T11.